Today I have cases from Poetic for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. I'll be covering the Neon series cases, one with a flip-out camera cover that acts as a kickstand, and the other with a ring stand. And I'll be going over the Revolution case, which has lots of features and looks ultra protective. Let's start with the Neon series case with the camera cover. So let's get to it. This is a two-piece case. I can see the Magsafe ring right here. Let's pop in the phone. And the other piece? It snaps in very easily. Now this is what I consider an ultra protective case. And when we talk about hand feel, I do like to separate minimalistic cases from ultra protective cases. And in the ultra protective category, this has a really great hand feel. Really nice. It doesn't feel too bulky. And it's also very grippy. It doesn't feel like it's going to slip out of my hand. A lot of people are concerned with that, and I wouldn't be concerned with this particular case. They definitely thought of that and have extra material for that purpose. Same thing with the buttons. On an ultra protective case, they're usually a little more rigid, and I used to want the most responsive buttons possible. However, lately I've been having a lot of accidental Siri presses, so I'm a little more forgiving. But in the ultra protective case category, these buttons are really nice. I like them. And then of course there's the camera control button. Now I'm the type of person who has kids and wants to make sure I'm snapping pictures of them immediately so I don't miss any moments. Now of course this phone has the lens cover, and if you're somebody like me, you might not get the case that has the lens cover, because then you'd have to get this open real quick. Actually, that wasn't too hard. But back to the camera control button, this does have a very nice cutout so your finger fits right in there and you can start snapping pictures immediately. Let's try that again. That's actually not too bad. I misjudged this cover. I like this. I will point out that the material on the screen side of the camera control button does seem a little flimsy. I don't know if that's going to be an issue. Hopefully it doesn't stretch over time. But it is something to point out. I don't want to take any points away because I don't really know what's going to happen in the future. Now let's focus more on this lens protector. We already covered that it opens very easily. I really like that. And it also acts as a kickstand. So you can prop it down in landscape. Oh, that's very nice, very solid. And you could adjust the angle a little bit too. That does work very well as a stand. It does work in portrait too. You do have to lay it down. You can't really prop it up too much. But I think that's good for most people. If I'm using a kickstand in portrait, I'm typically looking at a recipe or something. And of course it does protect the lenses very well. So this actually is great because it both protects the lenses and acts as a kickstand. It also leaves a little hole cut out there, I guess for the light sensor. Now this case seems very protective. The lip around the edges does come higher than normal. I really like the protection on this one. I feel like the phone is very safe in this case. It is a two-piece case, which are more protective, and they claim to have shock absorption as well. We can also do the drop test I normally do. I mean, it's perfectly fine. I mean, I really feel comfortable in this case. I think I'm even gonna throw it. It's still good. The cutouts on the bottom are great for the USB-C microphone and speaker. And let's pull out my Anchor Cube to test out the Magsafe. Perfect. So yeah, for an ultra protective case, this is one of the best cases I've tried. Really, my only one nitpicky comment is this little lip over here by the camera control button feeling a little bit flimsy. It's possible it could get stretched out over time, but it's probably not. I'm probably just nitpicking. But as far as ultra protective cases, this is one of the best ones I've ever tried. So yeah, I really have to recommend this. This is a great case. It gets my thumbs up. Okay, this is the Neon case with ring stand. Now this looks like the exact same case, except instead of having a camera lens cover, it has a ring stand. Now since this case is exactly the same as the other one, aside from the one feature difference, I'm just going to focus on that, the ring stand. So this ring stand comes out and you can adjust the angle, but it doesn't rotate like some of them do. It works great in landscape mode. You could also adjust the angle a little bit too. And then of course in portrait, that's weird. Okay. Alright, well it seems like the phone is too heavy for it to hold it up in portrait. Maybe if I really prop it up on the fabric. There it goes. No. Okay, so it seems like the ring stand can't really support the weight of the device, unless it's just this specific one I got. But it does work in landscape, and I'll test the Magsafe. Excellent. And yeah, that's the only real difference between these two, so I would actually prefer the one with the camera lens protector since it has a kickstand as well. Okay, moving on to the Revolution case. So this doesn't seem to have the soft insert like the other two. Oh, this does come apart, I see. Hey, usually the more annoying they are to get on, the better protection they provide. It seems like it has two sets of trim. One has the screen cover and one doesn't, in case you want to mix and match. Since this was separate and this was already installed in the case, I assume that these fit together, but I guess not. Okay, now that we have the phone in the case, the version with the screen protector, we can proceed. So first of all, I gotta test the screen. It works perfectly. I mean, you feel that there's a cover on it. Now, I personally don't like anything over my screen. Like, I never wear screen protectors on my devices. I like to touch the screen itself. But if you are somebody that likes extra protection, this functions perfectly. I mean, swipes, gestures, button presses, it really does work perfectly. The buttons press really nicely for a case with this much protection. I'm actually very impressed with the buttons. I think they feel even better than the Neon series. The camera control button cutout is perfect. I could snap pictures immediately. I love this. It also doesn't have that issue over here. It doesn't feel flimsy at all. It has nice grips, different than the Neon series. You're not likely to drop this. It has this extra protection on the corners here. Lots of padding, shock absorption. The lip comes up nice and high to protect the screen, plus it has the screen protector. I mean, the protection is just amazing. This one slides open and then locks in place. And it slides closed and locks in place. Very nice. Then it has this cutout here, which I assume is for the light sensor. And this one also does have a kickstand, which locks right into place. This one works very well in portrait mode, unlike the previous one. And in landscape too. It sits at a really nice angle. This one has the speaker and microphone cutouts on the bottom. The USB-C is covered. And again, as far as the drop test, I'm not concerned at all. Ah, my phone smashed! I'm just kidding. Now, this is one of the best ultra protective cases I've ever tried. It completely protects the camera lenses. It has a built-in screen protector that functions perfectly, and it has a kickstand. And on top of that, the buttons function perfectly, and for an ultra protective case, it has a really great hand feel. Military grade shockproof. And if you don't want to use the built-in screen protector, you don't have to. There's another option. Last but not least, Magsafe. Oh, it doesn't have Magsafe. Oh. So this is the best ultra protective case if you don't care about Magsafe. You can just plug it in. Overall, it still gets my thumbs up. This is a great case for ultra protective purposes. Okay, let's wrap it up. The Neon cases are great. I do prefer the one with the camera lens protector, which I didn't think would be the case, but it is. And that's really because of the flaw in the ring here. Now, maybe I got a defective case, maybe it doesn't happen with all of them, but as far as the ones I just tested out, this is a pretty perfect case, and this has a major flaw. And then again, with the Revolution, this is one of the best ultra protective cases I've ever tried. It just isn't compatible with MagSafe charging. Other than that, damn near perfect. So that's my review of Poetic cases. Hopefully I did them some poetic justice. Overall, I'm a fan. Links to these cases are in the description. And now I have to do that thing where I have to ask you to like the video and subscribe to the channel and everything. And you know, I mean, if you do, it would be great, but I don't want to force you. That said, thank you so much for watching.